Hello, my friends, and welcome. Welcome back to the last video of 2024. Yes, December 31st here, my friends. And you know what? I'm going to keep it positive. I want us to go into the new year with some good, solid relationship advice. I don't want to bring you guys anything dark. So I want to also add in, guys, I am going live for 2025 so that you guys can literally call in and talk to me directly, and I will be able to help and answer your questions live on air. So I'm excited about that. So, hey, we'll see how it goes. All right. So, my friends, Happy New Year's to all of you. I just want to say once again, thank you so much for your support for 2024. And I look forward to your support in 2025 and beyond. And hopefully I can continue to bring you the best possible content I can. I am growing every day. I'm growing as a YouTuber. I'm still growing as a man. My knowledge is increasing. I want to bring you more and more information that I learn on a daily basis because I hunger for information. And hopefully I can start to bring you more and more information that will help you get through life. So today, my friends, we're going to talk about debunking the 5 relationship myths that so many of us have had over the years that you have to get rid of in order to have successful relationship in 2025 and beyond. And listen, man, the relationship marketplace is getting worse and worse. I was hoping it's going to get a little bit better in 2024, but no, it didn't. It didn't, man. It's going in the wrong direction. Ladies, you have to turn it around in 2025. Otherwise, your time is going to run out. And it will be the next generation of women that will more than likely succeed in the relationship market. Because you know what? I can see the pendulum swinging back the other way, where men are saying enough, 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 enough. We've had enough. We're going overseas. We're not participating in the dating market. Or if we do participate, we're going to be assholes because that's how women are treating us. Forget about marriages. That ship has sailed. That's gone. So most of what women are going to have to deal with these days is just being able to partner with a man. And when I refer to partner, that means living with a guy, sharing expenses, having a partner that's consistently there. You'll have kids, but men are protecting their assets. Men are no longer stupid enough to leave his assets exposed to a woman anymore. And if you do get assets, you got to build it with the man in order for you to have any access to that. But that is slim to none as well if you are living with him and you're not married. But I don't want to go down that road today. I want to just really focus on the things that have been keeping us single. Just 5. I can't go through all of them, but I'm just going to give 5 just so that we can keep this video a little shorter. All right? Now, here's the thing about relationships. They're literally the backbone of who we are. It's human beings are social creatures. I went through this in many videos before. We just need to identify that we want relationships. We need relationships. And we live in a society that has told women they don't need a man. The whole essence of that is basically saying to a woman that you do not need a relationship. And they've only focused on one aspect of it, that you are financially free not to have a relationship. But with that freedom comes responsibilities. I think that that's where a lot of women have literally lost the plot because they perceived freedom as being an asshole, being irresponsible, bowing out early, not going through the hardships of a relationship, trying to be the boss in the relationship because now she feels that she has the option, which basically goes against the very essence of trying to find a strong man, a man who's stronger than her. There's no sense saying you want a leader, but you don't want to be a follower, because in order for a man to lead, he can only lead you 2 ways, with the stick or with the carrot. But most women, when they get the carrot, they'll grab at it. And then when they grab the carrot, they no longer want to follow. But society have said, hey, we cannot lead with the stick anymore. Because the second you even indicate that you're going to get physical with a woman or get aggressive, she calls it mental abuse, physical abuse, financial abuse, psychological abuse. I mean, she has every single term whenever the man sets boundaries and put his foot down. But unfortunately, that is the stick. And women need boundaries. Men knows that he has boundaries. Men know that he can't step out of a boundary when it applies to another man. Otherwise, he'll be checked. Men check other men. Women think that no one can check them. So she's left to think that she could just do whatever the hell she wants. That's the difference between males and females. But society checks men hard, especially other men. The boss at work. Everybody checks the man. But women think that they shouldn't be checked. So today we're cutting through all the noise. That's the idea. We're unpacking 5 of the biggest relationship myths. Number 1, opposites attract. This is just a pile of bullshit. This is some Hollywood crap that they've pumped into your head to think that, oh, you know, the girl came from here and the man came from there and she's uneducated and he's educated and or vice versa. And it's going to be an immediate attraction. That's bullshit. That is absolute bullshit. You have to have something in common for it to occur. You have to have a little attraction for something to occur, right? Now, when you say opposites attract, if you're saying that a feminine woman will more than likely be more comfortable with a masculine man, yes, because that is nature in its essence. Magnets cannot stick to each other when the 2 equal poles are touching. North and north cannot attract. It has to be north and south in order for the piece of magnet to attract to itself. That's like the male and the female. 2 penises, nothing happening. 2 vaginas, nothing happening. You see, one has to open, other has to go in. I don't want to use that example. I know that each and every one of us have one of these organs, and so that analogy works well, okay? So you have to understand that long-term relationships usually strive on some similarities. That is the reality. So when it comes to issues like how you handle money, raising the kids, or planning your future together, these similarities become very, very important. Because if one of you are a net spender and the other is a net saver or investor, this shit ain't going to work. It's going to be a serious problem. If one of you think that homeschooling is a must and the other one thinks that, they need Ivy League schools, you're going to have problems. So you have to understand that there has to be some similarities, just so that you'll understand where I'm coming from. So you might find that, hey, there will be a lot of drama if there's a lot of opposition to each other. But you need to ask yourself, do you want spice or do you want stability? Now, I know a lot of you ladies are addicted to the spice and excitement and the craziness of relationships. That's what makes you excited. But the stability in the right places is essential. If he's coming home on odd nights at 2, 3 o'clock in the night and he has some lipstick on his collar, that's not the kind of craziness that you want.
Struggling to find a wife are the ones who are actually husband material. It's like some kind of twisted cosmic joke, isn't it? You've got a loyal, decent guy genuinely ready to settle down. Options? Oh, he's got plenty. Women all around him. But here's the kicker. He's still single. Why? Because the same women who claim they want a good man, they're busy chasing the toxic ones, drawn to the chaos like moths to a flame. Almost poetic, really. Women lament how hard it is to find a good man, but when one's standing right in front of them, they'll look right past him. Instead, they go after the heartbreakers, the ones who leave them in ruins, shattered. You can practically hear the universe chuckling, mocking the irony. Good men, the real husband material, are left on the sidelines, while the chaos gets all the attention. Funny, isn't it?
But him slapping you on your ass or, bending you over in some odd places every once in a while, that's the kind of excitement or differences you want in your relationship, okay? But don't bank on those differences being the glue to a solid relationship. Myth number 2, love conquers all. So this is another Hollywood song. You hear it in so many songs. You guys get caught up with this whole crap. Love does not conquer all. The reality of it is, love doesn't fix everything in your relationship. You got to have some practicality in your relationship. Love isn't practical. It's an emotion, but it's definitely not practical. That's why a lot of us fall in love with some people that are just not good for us. Make sense? Now, you have to understand that a healthy relationship needs communication and it needs work. You cannot depend on the love alone. Communication is key. Baby, tell me what you need. Tell me what you want. I'm here for you. And please, gentlemen, get this thing out of your head. This whole idea is about happy wife, happy life crap. That is the total and utter BS. You know what? Let me play this video for you guys. I think I got this gentleman that made it very clear. I love how he put this together.
Wife, happy life. It sounds noble, but men, let's be real. This mantra was never about love. It became a strategy to avoid confrontation. Keep her happy, keep her quiet, and keep the peace. But peace built on silence isn't peace at all. It's avoidance. And you can only sweep so much under the rug before you trip over it. In my new book, The Man the Moment Demands, I expose why this misleading mantra fails both men and women. It puts the wife on a pedestal as the better half while reducing the husband to a servant. The honey-do list becomes his identity. Intimacy becomes his reward for his compliance, and the resentment builds in his heart as nothing ever seems to be good enough. Men, passive-aggressively allowing your wife to always have her way doesn't create peace. It creates an illusion of it. And before you know it, your marriage is a mirage. That's why so many good men walk away from 20 or 30-year marriages they never felt truly a part of, only a provider for. It's time to reject the lie, happy wife, happy life, and embrace the truth. Happy spouses, happy houses. Shalom.
I love this brother, man. Mr. Jason Wilson. He is so right. Now, the thing is, the only part that he's got a little wrong was men walking away from marriages. Men rarely walk away from marriages. It's usually when the wife has sucked you dry and now bored and got everything she needs because it's happy wife, happy life, then she goes and finds her excitement because she feels that the marriage is dead. She sucked it dry. Because when you keep pouring into a wife or one partner, this is my best analogy for marriages, right? Let me get my other cup here. Both people start with a cup that is half full. We never come into the relationship completely ourselves. Because if we were complete, we didn't need the other person. That would technically mean that we didn't have any use for them. We only want people because we need them. Because, gentlemen, think about it. Ladies, you think about it as well. Why you all have to come into a relationship? Half. You're never complete without another partner. Never. Neither of us. None of us are. The essence of existence is for us to actually get together and recreate. Okay? So half and half. So the man, he pours into his wife. The woman, she pours in. Every day, we all be pouring into each other, a little bit into here. When this one needs, this one pours. When this one needs, they pour. Okay? So that pouring into each other gives each other fulfillment. We're full. But if one keeps pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring, the man just keeps pouring, what do you think happens? He now feels empty. There's nothing left to give. And she's so full, she don't need him anymore. Remember, we came into the relationship half and half. He poured everything into her. He's empty. He's finished. She has everything. What do you think she's going to go for now? She's going to leave because she needs to find someone who has more in his cup to give her. Because that's what she thinks she needs. She now says, okay, well, he can't give me anything else. I need more. You see how this shit works? I think that's the best analogy for relationships. So remember that, my friends. Love does not conquer all. Number 3, the biggest myth. Perfection. Perfect relationships exist. There is no freaking such thing. If you're chasing perfection in anything whatsoever, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Simple. All couples argue. Every single one of them Every couple hits a rough spot. Everyone. That's normal. So how do you handle these bumps? How do you handle this hard time? You communicate. Esther Perel says, hey, conflict is actually part of what keeps the fire alive. So whenever you hit a snag, don't panic. Lean into it, okay? Lean into it. Embrace it. It is that perfect time for both of you to actually discover new things. Because an argument basically means that you have a difference of opinion and both of you are having a hard time opening up to each other's point of view. But if both of you can have a discussion, a glass of wine, rationally, relaxed, explain how you see it, listen to your partner, the partner listens to you, usually you can come to an amicable agreement. Push come to shove, you can say, all right, well, we can agree to disagree. But this is where you need a leader. You must understand, if your man is leading in the relationship and you are a follower, if you cannot come to an agreement, you now have a decision. Do I go left or do I go right? Which one is best for the family? And if both of you, and I'm giving you a hypothetical example when it comes to life decisions for the family, and you can't agree on it, right? The woman, if she's in a submissive role, which she should be, right? Because this is where the male and female dynamics come into effect. Because it's all fine and dandy when you're agreeing, oh, I need a man that could lead, until it's time for you to follow to something that you do not agree with. Where's the man that can lead now? He's here, he's trying to lead, but you don't want to follow.
Connect between men and women in 2024.
Shit, today and beyond is that these females, they don't want a real man. They don't know how to recognize a real man. They really want a bitch-ass nigga. Somehow society done tricked them that they place is above a man's, and so when it comes to a real man, they know that they gonna have to submit, and they know they gonna have to stay in their place when it comes to a real man. And a lot of females today, they hate to hear stay in your place as a woman. But the whole thing about it is, not only do you have a place, I got a place. And I need to stay in my place as a man. And my place is leading, running shit, and making you sit your bitch ass down and shut your bitch ass up somewhere, fucking bitch.
That was the craziest thing I ever heard.
These are where the problems start. So what happens? He ends up having to drag you instead of you following him. And what does that do? It slows down the family. It slows down the pack. It slows down the advancement of the family. Let's just say hypothetically, the man gets a raise, right? He said, hey, you know, honey, I think we should pay down part of our mortgage and then we're going to invest some of this money into the stock market. And you go, well, you promised me that we would go on vacation. We haven't been on vacation in 3 years. And he says, I got it. I understand that. But this investment that we make, this is going to give us a much larger return in about 2 years. We can more than quadruple our money. We can buy a house in the south of France. Instead of just going on a vacation, we'll have a second home. You promised me that 3 years we'll go on a vacation. I haven't been on vacation in 3 years, and I'm just tired of sitting around, and you don't want to go traveling, and I'm just sitting here working every day. You're not following your husband's lead. You're looking for the fun. Your husband is being practical. You think life is a fun thing. You should be able to show your friends that you guys are going on these great vacations. You can't show them that you're investing. That's not exciting. That's not Instagrammable. You need to show them that you're sipping pina coladas and having brunches in Mykonos or, in Dubai or somewhere. That's what you want. Your husband is practical. You're not following. He's trying to lead you down the right path. Number 4, couples should be best friends. Hell no. Nope. This is one horrible myth. I'm not my wife's best friend. Nope. She got her best friend. I'm her husband. Same thing with people who say, oh, you should be your daughter's friends. No, I'm her father. That's a specifically different role. I can be understanding, but I'm not going to be her friend. I told my daughters that a long time ago, and I keep reiterating and pounding it into their heads. Daddy is nice. Daddy will take you here. Daddy will take you there. But I am daddy. I'm not your friend. Don't get too cozy with me. Watch your language. Watch your speech. Watch your respect level. You don't talk to me like you talk to your friends. Same thing with my wife. I'm your lover. Kind of shit you say to your friends, that's fine. We can share shit. But hey, I'm not coming to you and telling you all of my deep, dark secrets. No, hell no. Nope. And trust me, most men don't want to know their wives. As long as they come into the relationship and they treat each other with love and respect, that's good enough. There has to be a level of independence. And what I mean by independence, if my wife leaves today, she can survive on her own, just like I can. All right? Healthy couples respect each other's independence. You need your own hobbies, your own friends, because it keeps the relationship fresh, man. You don't need to be joined at the hips constantly. That's it, man. My wife has her gym friends. Now, be careful, gentlemen. Make sure you know who her friends are, okay? All of my wife's friends are married women. Women who are in relationships. They all come from the gym, heavily into the fitness industry. Those are the girls and those are the friends she go to and talk about, whatever they need to talk about. If they want to bitch and moan about their husbands, great, that's fine. It's a good outlet. She needs someone away from you, okay? Because that space is essential. Now, they can't talk any shit about, we're going on a girls' trip or we're going out on a night out in the town. Nope, no. I have boundaries. There are certain healthy boundaries. My wife respects that boundary. She knows those lines cannot be crossed. Try to cross those lines and you're looking at exiting stage left or out the front door. Whichever one you want to go out, but no, it's not going to happen on my watch. Nope. So remember that. This whole idea that couples should be friends is a myth. Number 5 is one of those kind of controversial ones, but I have to mention it because I hear a lot of couples with it, that having kids will bring you closer together. Now, kids are a joy, but if your relationship was not strong in the first place and you throw a kid in the mix, man, the kid will become more of a hindrance to your bonding in most cases. Now, I've seen people who have been brought together for the kid simply because they realize that there's something bigger than just them. And that child actually allowed them to spend more time working on something which was a common interest. I hope you understand what I'm saying. But in a lot of cases, in most cases, throwing a kid into an already turbulent relationship will actually create even worse problems, especially if one person was already out the door. Because all of a sudden now that person feels trapped. I can't leave now because I have a child. And if it's the man that was feeling a lot of the pressure from the relationship, and the woman decided to, in his mind, trap him, because don't care what she says after that, it will always appear like it was a trap for the man. I need to hold this man down. All of a sudden he realized, oh God, 18 years. And so that will put a lot more stress behind it. I got to show you this one video because it's a bit of dark, dark humor, but it rams the point home completely. I should be showing the video with the kid.
Gotcha! Tell you what, I'll buy an ice cream at the cafe and I think we'd probably better be on our way.
Dad, do we have to go so soon?
Well, I promised your mum I'd have you home by 7.
Dad?
Yeah?
Why did you and Mum get a divorce?
The thing is, Paul, it was all your fault. See, Mum and I were perfectly happy before you came along. What really drove us apart was the strain of trying to keep 2 careers going while having to look after you. The relentless daily grind, no let-up, no relief, no chink of light. And then your mum lost a figure, put on too much weight, and mislaid her libido. Sadly, you destroyed our relationship. Come on, mate. Race you to the cafe.
Oh, that's cold, man. That's cold. Of course, no father should ever say that to his kid, right? None. But it just reiterates my point. This man just said the horrible part out loud. Yeah, I know it's a skit, it's funny, but I hope you guys understood that. The reality of it is, building stronger bonds is important. So the takeaway on this whole thing is having shared values, love and effort is required. You got to embrace the conflict. Conflict isn't a red flag. It's part of the growth within the relationship. Now, if you saw this conflict before you got involved, that's something different. But once you're in it, once you're married, man, there's going to be conflict. And you got to understand and identify individuality. All healthy couples leave space for individuality. All right? So you have to understand, you have to challenge these myths that I just talked about. Question common relationship assumptions. Most of this crap that you have been told have been pumped at you through Hollywood movies. Embrace reality. For God's sake, embrace reality. When you're real in your relationship, it just stops you from actually fantasizing about the crap. I like to keep my wife grounded. Don't want her to get so caught up in all of this crap she sees on TikTok and on Instagram. Thankfully, she occupies her brain with other things. Don't fall into those traps. Reality is something that we all must embrace. Anytime you see a woman straying too far down this whole avenue of sending you memes with trips and restaurants and all of that shit, cut that out. Just put a stop to it right away. Just tell her, listen, stop watching this crap and build something real. Focus on genuine connections and growth. So the journey to stronger relationships: recognize the myths, challenge the beliefs, apply knowledge, and continue growing, my friends. Growth is important. Learn, keep learning, keep adapting for stronger and more fulfilling connections. All right, my friends, I'm going to cut it off there. Listen, subscribe if you haven't already. Book a session if you need any help in your relationships. If you need help for 2025, my friends, I'm here for you. Remember, 2025 is literally 12 hours away. You need to start building your own digital content right now. Buy my digital content creators toolkit and start building your own channel, blog site, ebooks, whatever. Your own personal podcasts, whatever you need. I got the tools to help you do it. Using the power of AI, it's a breeze. Trust me. I'm going to start doing more videos on this. All right, my friends. And some other news. Why didn't I remember to tell you this at the top of the video? I'm going to start going live for 2025. All right? Remember that. So my friends, remember, whenever in doubt, always ask an older man. I'll see you soon. Cheers.